You may be familiar with the male loneliness epidemic, which has led to a rise of men living in perpetual states of isolation, the rise of male virginity, but worst of all, the rise of simps. This simping mentality has led to OnlyFans creators making millions of dollars, making a profit off men's lack of self-worth, and making a profit off the male loneliness epidemic. There is no reason why Sophie Rain should be making $40 million from bare minimum explicit content. I've seen her leaks and I don't know why y'all pay for that. I wouldn't even beat my meat to that. But putting my personal thoughts aside, these themes of simping and male loneliness are explored in the Boondocks season 1 episode 3, Guest Hoes Coming to Dinner. And right off the bat, I want you to see the first interaction Granddad has with this clear and obvious lady of the night.
Well, I guess I just hate to see a child go unbeaten.
I'm Cristal. Like the champagne?
I'm Granddad.
Hello, cutie. Yeah, I'd rather not. My name's Cristal. Like the champagne? Well, that sounds like a stripper name. Cristal like the champagne? Might you be a stripper? And just what do you know about strippers, little man? Not much, but I do know they're usually named after liquor. You're such a gentleman. You didn't have to carry all my bags.
It's my pleasure, Cristal, like the champagne.
Well, see you around. I don't know if... Would you like a date?
It just so happened I have coupons for the Red Lobster cutie pie.
Okay.
Let's talk about how many clear and obvious red flags Cristal has. First of all, let's look at her name. And like Huey, in my experience, usually strippers are named after alcohol. She makes it even more obvious by saying her name is Cristal, like the champagne. Secondly, she's literally wearing a shirt that says pork star. It couldn't be more obvious. But no, there is a third clear and obvious red flag, which is the fact that she's paying for all her groceries with $1 bills. But lastly, the fourth thing is that she makes a move on Granddad and asks him out on a date. You literally could not make it any more obvious. But what I should make obvious is that I really need a like on this video for the algorithm. So if you guys are rocking with this video so far, please leave a like on the video. It helps for the algorithm. You can subscribe to your boy for more Boondocks videos, but I just need to make it obvious that I need y'all's support. Support the homie, leave a like, and hey, if you wanna, you can subscribe for more Boondocks videos. But with that being said, let me get back into it, right? So what we can see is that Granddad is clearly enticed by her. So much so to the point that he carries her groceries. Cristal can already tell that Granddad is a simp and an easy target, and because she has this information, she wants to see how much she can get out of him. And I just have to say, what's disappointing about Granddad is that he completely ignores logic and reason. How is it possible that he doesn't stop to ask himself, why would a 20-year-old have any interest in me? And sadly, his desperation led him to simping over this lady. And there's quite literally no difference between Granddad and these guys.
That you're a black king?
No.
You're not aware that you're a black king?
You just made me aware. So,
See? And that's part of the problem. As that black man, especially in this country, you don't realize that you're a black king, and you are.
thank you.
Would you be at all uncomfortable if my beta 60 cuck back here showed his respect and bent down on all fours and kissed the ground in front of your feet, or your feet themselves, to show his respect? You're obviously his superior, so...
I don't mind. Do not mind.
Thank you. Bye, little bitch. On all fours. Now I want you to thank this black king for letting you kneel before him.
Thank you, sir.
Show respect and kiss the ground in front of him because you respect the ground he walks on, don't you?
Yes, goddess. Thank you, sir.
Should all little white boys be trained like you, bitch?
Yes, goddess.
That's just to remind him that he's in chastity for a reason and that his balls are pointless.
How does this make you feel? Makes me feel good to know my place.
He didn't even say a word. He just got straight down in that shit. What? He didn't even say a word. He just walked up and bent over. This is embarrassing, man.
Yeah, you guys kneel. Like a dog.
Bro, you are 50 years old, man. Get the fuck up off the ground. Dude. Look at his face. He's disgusted with himself.
Hey guys, this is my 7th time editing this video because Sony keeps on hitting me with a copyright and blocking it all over the world. What's the point of uploading this video if people can't see it in Niger? So I want to say sorry for the pitched up vocals and sorry if the editing ends up looking choppy at some points. I was forced to edit the video like this so that it can avoid copyright. This is my 7th time editing it. Hopefully there won't be an 8th time, and I've been working on this video since Thursday. So if you're seeing this right now, I guess there wasn't an 8th time. Alright, now back to the video. I will never understand why grown men would willfully subject themselves to such shameful behavior. Like, have some self-respect, brother. What happens next in this episode is that Granddad overexerts himself to impress Cristal, and he ignores all obvious signs that she is a harlot.
You do realize that light-skinned hoe is a hoe, right, Granddad?
Don't cuss, boy. Now watch your mouth.
I ain't cuss. I said hoe.
Riley, don't think because I'm pregnant I can't come back there.
You should let me babysit sometimes.
Doggy bag?
A doggy bag is $90. A tea bag is $50. But I have to actually excuse me right now. See, I'm kind of, on a real date.
And what do you do again?
I'm in sales. You could call it sales. I don't really like to talk about work. I'm not really fulfilled at my job.
Why not?
Well, the hours are pretty long. The boss is a real jerk. And the clients, don't get me started on the clients. I wish I could find a man who could swoop in like a superhero and save me from, work. Kind of like a captain saving me.
Do you know where I can buy a cake?
Whoa. Wow.
Look at how much money Granddad is spending just to impress her and get her affection. She is literally milking him and stringing him along to spend more money on her than he would on his own grandchildren. And this is unrelated, but I have to show Riley and Huey's discussion on women compared to hoes. I just find it way too funny to not show.
Well, I don't see what the big deal is with hoes anyway. Riley, all women are not hoes. We're talking 20-25% tops. Okay, but if they not all hoes, then why I got to pay to take them out to eat then? I mean, I'm paying. That's payment. I don't know, because that's just what you do. You meet a girl, you take her out to dinner, but you're not paying the girl, you're paying the restaurant. But I'm paying, which makes her a hoe. Why don't I just give her the money I was going to spend on dinner, and that hoe can go grocery shopping?
It is quite sad that Riley has this mentality about women because, let's be frank, paying for a date doesn't automatically make a person a hoe. But unfortunately, due to Riley's narrow experience with women, he has this mentality. Even though not much is said about his mother, I doubt he would describe her as such. I do find it funny how he's worried about being related to a hoe though, but I digress. Let me now show you guys how Riley and Huey tried to talk some sense into Granddad, but unfortunately, this attempt falls flat.
Granddad, that woman has got to go.
Miss Cristal is my beautiful baby boo, and you will show her some respect.
Granddad, we don't know anything about Miss Cristal. I mean, we know she spends all your money. We know she eats more than a black hole. We know she cheated PlayStation. But where does she live? What does she do for a living?
She's in sales.
Wholesale. What? Granddad, does she duck under the table every time a dude in a purple suit walks in?
A lot of people do that.
Can she run really fast in high heels?
I don't know, average speed, I guess.
Race you to the car?
Okay. Maybe a little above average.
Does she keep asking if you're a cop?
No.
You know, you have to tell me if you're a cop or it's entrapment. My cute boys.
You boys don't know Cristal like I do. She's a wonderful woman. She's in my heart. She's in my soul. I just want to be her everything. And for your information, children, I had relations with Cristal last night.
Ew, God, please.
Granddad once again displays woeful ignorance in ignoring the obvious red flags. Robert is even delighted to tell the boys that he slept with Cristal without having to pay for it outright. And even though the transaction didn't happen in that moment, he spent over $4,000 just to allow him to have that moment. And his pride won't allow him to see the obvious. You know, at least Granddad got some coochie out of this whole situation. When I think about these OnlyFans simps, you guys are literally spending $40 million on a woman who would never let you have that opportunity. Like, if you're spending $30,000 on an OnlyFans thought, you might as well go to the red light district in Amsterdam and pay for some coochie, bro. I would respect you doing that so much more than paying for titties over the internet. But back to this episode, Huey then confronts Cristal to try to convince her to leave.
Hey, Huey. Okay, Cristal, I think we need to talk. Before you start, I just want to tell you how much fun it's been hanging out with you guys. Think of me as the big sister you always wanted. Don't take this the wrong way, but I need you to get the hell up out of here. Any particular reason? You're kind of a lazy hoe? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know why my granddad can't see it. To be honest, me either. It's so obvious. But it's okay because, see, I'm in the transitional period. I don't care, you gotta go. Cristal, every part of you being here is unacceptable. Do you realize I'm doing prostitute laundry? Do you have any idea how disgusting that is? Look, this is an adjustment for everyone. But it's what your grandfather wants. You can't get rid of me. I can do things to persuade your granddad that you can't do. Like what? Never mind, I don't really want to know.
She admits to Huey that she's a hoe because she knows she has Granddad wrapped around her finger. She could even tell Huey that she slept with 5 people yesterday, and if Huey told Granddad, Granddad wouldn't believe him. Her admission is evidence of how much she has a hold on Granddad, so there's no point of hiding it anymore. We also see how inconsiderate Cristal is by making a 10-year-old do her laundry knowing very well the line of work she's in. All of this feeds more into her character and obvious objective of milking Granddad as much as she can, having an easy life, and being inconsiderate towards Huey and Riley. And now that Huey is aware of all of this, he then devises a plan to follow Cristal and confront Granddad one more time in an attempt to save him.
Cutie pie, what is this?
That's not me. I can't believe you would digitally alter pictures of me.
Boy, that ain't nothing but Photoshop. Get that out of here.
Why don't they like me? I try so hard with them.
Oh, there. Haven't I done enough for you two? Y'all don't know what it's like to be old. To know you don't have many days left. Cristal makes me happy. Why would you want to take that away from me?
Granddad ignores the evidence and is easily manipulated, once again displaying a lack of critical thinking. Like, imagine if your homie showed you pictures of your girlfriend cheating and your girlfriend responds by telling you, oh no, it's all Photoshop and AI generated. Like, alright, I know my homies are nice with computers, but what does he gain from ruining my relationship? Now back to Granddad, we then see the extent of his loneliness and depression and come to an understanding that he doesn't believe it because he doesn't want to believe it. He wants to remain ignorant, and him asking the boys why they don't want to see him happy highlights this. It's like the age-old saying, ignorance is bliss. I just wish Granddad took a moment to introspect and ask himself why his grandkids are so adamant on tearing down this relationship. He completely fails to see that the people who love him the most are trying to help him. Instead, he only sees them as people trying to take away his happiness. Fortunately for Granddad, his ignorance is finally shattered when he meets a pimp named Slickback.
My name is a pimp named Slickback, and I believe I may have misplaced some merchandise at this residence. There she is. Bitch, I hope you got the monies to cover this little vacation you've been taking. Now hold up, Slickback. No, that's a pimp named Slickback. That's...
He's my pimp.
Your pimp? So you really are
Yes, she's a hoe.
Come on, bitch, now.
A pimp named Slickback. Could I please have a minute?
A minute? Let us pray the pimp's prayer. Lord, please pray for the soul of this bitch and guide my pimp hand and make it strong, Lord, so that she might learn a hoe's place. Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
You ain't gonna hit no woman in my house. What woman, sir? This here's a hoe. Not in this house, she's not. Cristal, I don't care what you've done in the past as long as you're ready to start fresh. Think about it. You can stay here, maybe get a job, go back to school. We can make it work.
I don't know, Robert. I'm not really cut out for school and jobs.
But you'll be able to stay here with us.
Yeah, you're right. That sounds nice. Let me just go and get rid of a pimp named Slickback. Then maybe I'll get some applications.
You're coming back, right?
Of course.
Time's up, bitch! I am leaving!
Thanks for trying to save me. No, Daddy, wait!
She'll be back.
It is so sad to see that Granddad is willing to still take care of her regardless of her past and help her build a stable life with him. She even temporarily entertains the idea of going to college and tells Granddad that she'll be back, but in that scene you can tell she has no intention of living a stable life. She also thanks Granddad for trying to save her instead of actually saving her, because if he actually saved her, she would have stayed, but she didn't. She instead chose to chase her pimp, who easily disregarded her as someone replaceable. In that scene, Cristal is not only chasing a toxic and abusive man and lifestyle, she is also running away from a good man and a stable lifestyle. In that scene, you can see that she is literally running away from Robert. Cristal chose a life of fast money rather than stable money. I've seen OnlyFans creators quit university to focus on OnlyFans and they've become millionaires. I've also heard stories of strippers making $1,000 a night. If a stripper does that for 100 nights, that's $100,000. So why would she throw that away for a normal life where she gets a job where she won't even make a third of that in a year? It really hurts to see that Robert is convinced that she will come back, which leads to the final scene of this episode.
I guess deep down, all grown-ups want to find that perfect person that'll guarantee that they'll never be lonely again. I still believe Granddad will find his someday.
Did she come back? Don't blow out the candle. She'll think nobody's home.
It's alright, Granddad. Maybe she'll be back tomorrow. One thing I learned, though. Come back! Wait!
Run, bitch, run!
She sure can run in those heels. I can't go to school! I can't get no real job!
This final scene illustrates the extent of Robert's loneliness and is sadly relatable to a lot of people I know. People become so desperate for love and affection that they cling on to anyone who makes them feel loved instead of knowing that they are loved. Huey has faith in Robert that he will find that person, but Robert doesn't have faith in himself, because if he did, he wouldn't have fallen for her so easily. Robert is so desperate for love that the slightest bit of attention was enough for him to be invested. Think about our modern day and age. People are falling in love with AI chatbots because that AI makes them feel desired, and that little bit of affection is enough to convince these people that they are in a real relationship with a person, while completely overlooking the fact that they are speaking to a data algorithm that isn't real. This episode was made 20 years ago but is still relevant till this day. On a more humorous note, Cristal is still chasing a pimp named Slickback for miles at this point. This also shows that she's running miles away from Robert. Cristal is subjecting herself to so much pain just to be with her pimp, and the contrast between the two men couldn't be more obvious. Robert stayed up all night with candles lit ready to welcome her, yet a pimp named Slickback won't even let her into his car. If this isn't an illustration of how she wants to be in an unstable environment, then I don't know what is. I can't help but get the feeling that this is all she knows. And Cristal, like Robert, can't see the obvious. Robert can't see that Cristal is using her, and Cristal can't see that a pimp named Slickback is abusing her. Ultimately, both parties lost. Robert lost a potentially loving and fulfilling relationship, and Cristal lost a person who valued her and a stable life. This episode ended with everybody losing. Now, I will be making more videos covering every episode of the Boondocks from season 1 to season 4, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more of those videos about the Boondocks. This one also took me a while to make, so if you guys leave a like, I would really appreciate that. Also, let me know what you guys think of my analysis and tell me your analysis within the comments. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you. And with that being said, brothers, I hope you have an amazing day. Peace.